When I was in school, one of the several minimum wage part-time jobs I worked was at a jewelry store, and the jeweler had an interesting tool which he called a pin vise. Now they come in different variants. This one has this spring return on it so that when you pump down on the handle it will turn, and so it's basically a drill. They also come without the spring, and the jeweler used it to hold like the shafts of watch gears, because in the early days when you had a mechanical watch and you dropped it, it would bend the shafts on the gears, so they would put them in there and they would use this as a vise to hold it, and then they could bend the shaft back in position. But if you're into things like hobby stuff, jewelry, what have you, or if you're building your own circuit boards like this, modifying a circuit board, or just any kind of hobby stuff where you need to drill fine holes, this is a really good tool to have. Because, for example, I use it for things like circuits, because you have different sized leads, as you can see here, and if you drill just like big holes, I've been using relatively large drill bits for all these things, and when the hole's too big it doesn't solder up well and you get big gaps, and it's just not very good. So I got one of these recently after many years of not having one, because it's $2 or $3, and it came with a whole slew of bits in this box where you can get the bits out by just sliding it, and then it'll come out the hole there. But let me show you how it works, and you can decide for yourself if it's for a few bucks, if it's a tool that you might want to have around the house. The first thing we need to do is select the size of bit we want, and this came with a couple different sizes of chucks because of it'll cover a very wide range of drill bits. This is actually very big compared to some of them here in the box. They're down to, what does it say on the box? It's something like 0.3 inches or something very, very small. And then it has the bigger chuck for the large drill bits, if you will, like this, and they're quite easy to change. You just select whichever collet you need. This came with 2 collets, and it's still a little bit stiff to use. Okay, so then let me get set up and I will show you how to actually drill a hole with it. If you've got the type that does not have the spring on it, you're just going to twist the barrel, and this part up here is going to turn for you. It spins, so you can put your finger on there and you can apply some pressure and it will help you out, and you'll just twist this thing like that. But if you've got this type with a spring on it, then you're going to pump it like this. And you're going to say, why don't I just chuck this up in my Dremel or something like that and drill a hole. And that's because this thing will give you a lot better control over the amount of pressure you're putting on it, and if the drill binds, if the bit binds, you won't snap off the bit. Trust me on that one. I've got a lot of experience doing that. But it's slower and it's going to take a little bit more effort, but you got a lot more feel as to what's going on, and you're going to be able to produce a hole without breaking a lot of bits. Well, that's pretty much it for this pin vise or micro drill or jeweler's drill, whatever you want to call it. Very handy to have around for making very small holes, whether you're doing jewelry work or hobby work or electronics. Hope you found that useful and interesting.